Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of My Hair is Out of Control. No, I mean 3 Crones in the woo-woo. I am your Dragon Slayer hostess, Crone. My name is Gayle Nicholson, and my company is Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. To my side, I have Miss Krista Ducharme with Dimensional Healing with Krista on Facebook with a brand new haircut. See, her hair is in control. And then below we have Damaris supporting us from underneath, as well as always with Ask the Genie with Damaris Samolinski. Hey, ladies, I have missed you so much this week. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing great. Well, I am. How are you doing, Krista?
She's frozen.
She froze.
I'm great. I'm having a fantastic day.
Well,
that's phenomenal. That is, you know, you and I were talking a little bit before the show started. You got your bars run, and it was the first time in how many years?
I did. Oh, too long. 2.5 years. My friend Michelle ran my bars. Well, you know, we were in COVID at the time, and we happened to be in Virginia and Norfolk, and she and I kind of broke rules and ran each other's bars, and that was amazing then. But yeah, I got my first. It's wonderful. Liwi is one of my participants in the mindfulness and meditation group I run here for the International Spouse Club, and she was all excited when she found out I was a Access Bars practitioner, and then I was even more excited when I found out she was one. So yeah, we're definitely not going to let 2 more years pass. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go look at my calendar and plan my next session.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I'm excited for you, because it wasn't until you mentioned that I thought, oh my gosh, I have not looked to see if there are any Access Bars practitioners in this area. I don't want to say I need to get my bars run, but after even just the last 6 weeks, yes, I need to get my bars run, right?
It's funny how we're all practitioners, the 3 of us.
Yeah.
We are all 3 of us Access Bars practitioners.
Freaking awesome. And I never knew that about this moment, Damaris.
I never knew that about Damaris.
Yes, I never knew that.
When I had the store, I created a class with this lady who was, a trainer in it. And I had myself, maybe like 10 other people became practitioners. She came into my store and she did like a whole thing, like a whole event. Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Phenomenal. I used to do that. I used to have people come in and do workshops and stuff like that when I had the store.
That's wonderful. That is. That's
what were you going to say, Krista?
I was going to say, so you happen to know another Access Bars practitioner who you've actually hugged.
Who?
Gayle.
Tracy?
Gayle. You actually, Tracy, yep.
Oh, wow.
Well, my goodness. So that makes another trip to Lemonminster. Lemonminster. That's my new name for your town, Lemonminster.
The way I remember it is Leo Minster.
Well, that's the way it's written, but apparently it's pronounced Lemonster.
It is pronounced Lemonster. Yes, it is. So
your mother taught me
right
that.
Now I'm trying to on to, so if you're having problems with YouTube at the moment, it just may be a me thing, which is okay. I just want y'all to know that that's what I'm trying to do. Hey, Greg! That's what I'm trying to do at the moment. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to get onto YouTube so I can
He's
push
too funny.
information out. And it would help
Well,
if I was on
Tracy,
the right
thank you
YouTube.
so much for allowing us to entertain you as you wait for your flight. Travel
No,
well.
not yet. That'll be no. 1 week. In 1 week.
Oh, 1
1
week.
week.
Oh,
In
never
1
mind.
week.
For Thanksgiving, towards Thanksgiving over here, right?
Yeah,
I
she'll
get
be
it.
here
I get
for
it.
Thanksgiving, and we're going to a ball on Thanksgiving.
What?
Ooh,
We're going to a ball. We're going to the King's Ball.
Wow.
the
Nice.
King's Ball.
Yes.
You're going to King Charles's ball,
No, that won't
or
be
a
until
different
May.
king?
Different king, King Willem.
Different king. Okay.
Yeah, the king of the
Well, that's still
Netherlands.
so exciting.
It is. And then in May, I'll go to King Charles's ball.
That's phenomenal. That's wonderful.
I live a very tough life.
Yeah, you do. You do. You trophy
I do.
wife, you.
Yes.
That's it. I'm all glitz and glam. That's me. So here's the really funny thing is I have nothing to wear to the ball I'm going to next week, but that's okay. That's a tomorrow problem.
Yeah. You'll find something absolutely phenomenal. I'm sure of it.
I will. First world problems, right?
Yes. Yes. First
found
world
that-
ball problems.
Yep, first world ball problems. Yes.
So,
So,
here, I was going to say, I've got all my ball gowns out of storage now and no balls to go to.
Well, yeah, my problem is my ball gowns don't fit, so I have to go get them.
Ah. Well,
How
yeah,
about
that's what
you,
happens
ladies?
when seamstress
Yeah.
don't take them in.
What was that?
I said maybe she can find a good seamstress to take them in.
Oh,
I wish it was taking them in. I stopped running, so it'd have to be to let them
you
out.
need more fabric.
I need more fabric. It's okay. I'm going to work on
just some bungee cords under the arms. You're good.
Yeah, I'll work on that for the one that I'll wear. The one I'll wear in May. I'm working towards being in that one. But I have a friend who has a bunch of gowns, and she's like, "Come and pick through my gowns. Maybe one will fit, and maybe one will look amazing on you." And so that's the other thing that a lot of us military spouses do, because we do go to several balls. We share gowns.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And I think that's delightful. It's wonderful going shopping in other people's closets.
Yes.
It can be so much fun.
You wear the
Yes.
same gown,
Mm-hmm.
How often do you wear the same one?
Yeah, well, that's it. You don't want to be seen in the same thing twice. And it depends. Oh my goodness, I have all these alerts that are like coming through.
Was that you try?
So it depends where we are. Like when we were stationed in. That was me chiming. Yes, I had a bunch of alerts that just came in. So when we lived in Norfolk, Virginia, I went 1 year to like 4 balls. So I kind of needed different gowns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because my audience, even though they were different, there were still enough of us that knew one another. Yeah. That you kind of like, okay, we need to.
Everybody taking pictures, So they'll be like, oh, she wore that in that gala or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have repeated wearing my gowns. For the most part, they all get 2 or 3 wears before I retire them. So, but yeah. I like getting dressed up like a princess.
I can't wait to see you. You look beautiful. I'm sure of it.
Well, thank you. Yes, I'm sure I will at least look like I'm having a good time. How's that?
There you go.
So Tracy's going to be there. Well, Tracy will be there. And of course, Kevin, he's going to be flanked by both of us. And then it'll be a lot of fun because I'm going with, it's open to our international community. So there are going to be a lot of us from different countries all there together celebrating the king's birthday, which happened in April.
Okay. So which king again? Netherlands?
The king, Netherlands, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So do they do the same thing as England did with the Queen, where her birthday was in an inclement month, so they celebrated in the summertime?
Actually, his birthday is not in an inclement month. It's in April, and it's at the end of April, which usually is a beautiful time. However, due to COVID restrictions, they weren't able to host his ball, and so they postponed it to November. So it's gonna. I mean, I don't know if it could.
Probably gonna be more inclement now than it would have been in April.
Yes, it is. It's going to be more inclement, but
that's okay. You know, that's wonderful that they didn't just all out and out cancel it entirely. You know, we need these moments of getting together and socializing and feeling good for a few hours, you know, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and celebrating, and that's what we're doing. We're celebrating. And it's important. I know that we do have a few nations that are with us that, because of things that are happening in Ukraine, are choosing not to do the celebration items. And, you know, you respect that for them and their nation. But one of the things that so many of us remember is it's like, you know, people need to celebrate. So that's what we're doing. And we're going to go and celebrate, because, you know, you need to celebrate all victories, even the little ones.
Like that?
So, yep. Hey, Joanne. Yes, everybody do the happy dance. Let's do the happy dance. Let's do the happy dance. Woo! Woo! Woohoo! Yes. I wish I had Tracy on right now so you could hear the story. I'm going to tell you the story real quick. So she listened to our show last week, or not our show, Moon and Woo. It was our Moon and Woo. So you guys want to know Moon and Woo, how powerful that can be? Whoops. For Tracy, well, my phone's now on the floor, but that's okay. For Tracy, it was a eye-opening moment, because she went in and not the day of Moon and Woo, but the following day, which happened to be the full moon in Taurus with the lunar eclipse, and says to her boss, "I'm giving you my 2 weeks notice." Thanks.
Wow. I can't believe it.
Trying to quit this job for a while, and something always came up, you know. And so, but the best part, she quit her job and got a new job the same day.
Nice.
Because she opened up the space for it.
Oh, right. That's
and it's
amazing.
What she really, it's fine with what she wants to be. I mean, she was only in the job she was in because she felt obligated not to leave the person on a lurch. But then she reached a point where it's like, that isn't my job. So yes, our Moon and Woo helped her get
That's
through
amazing.
I'll take claim for the
goodness, you ladies are making magic when I'm not there. I'm jealous.
That's amazing. Awesome. Good for her.
Congratulations, Tracy. That is phenomenal.
Well,
oh my God. I hope you find so much joy in your new position. It's very, very exciting.
Oh.
Definitely.
Awesome. Awesome stuff.
All right.
Well, how has things been down there in New York, Damaris?
Kind of cold. Today is really cold, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the weather is going, you know, downhill, if you will. You know? And it gets so dark so early. So it just feels like, you know, we're in winter already, it feels like for me.
Yeah. Now, I know, if I'm not mistaken, Krista, you went through your daylight savings 2 weeks ago, right? Where you'd fall forward, jump, or spring forward, fall back?
Yes, the week before you
yep.
guys. Yep.
And then we had ours this
Backwards.
past week. And
Yeah.
did you notice, Damaris? It felt like, we fell back 1 hour, but it felt like 6.
It did. It did. It took me like, I was off that Monday because I think we switched on Sunday, but I was like just off, I don't know why we keep doing that. They just should leave it alone.
Yeah. 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 Now that we have electricity, it really doesn't fulfill the use that it was created for.
Like, how long ago has that been?
That a long time ago. I mean, it was 1800s at least here in the U.S.
Why are we still doing this?
Right. Yeah, no, there really isn't any purpose for it. And by next year, hopefully they'll say no. I think people are just used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, this week has been kind of interesting. For those of you who are watching us right now on YouTube, please, if you have not already, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and maybe even share this out with people that you think might be interested in it as well. Remember, we are no longer posting live to Facebook or anywhere else, not even to my website. We will be doing the replays, but everything is now on YouTube. So going forward, we are only going to be broadcasting live to YouTube. So make sure that you get everybody that you want here over here. All right. Thanks so much. Absolutely. All right. So Miss Damaris, are you ready to go, my dear?
Yes, I am.
Awesome.
All right. So I'm going to talk about Venus and Mercury going into Sagittarius. Venus is going on the 16th, which is tomorrow, and Mercury is going to go in on the 17th, which is the following day. Now, next week, which I don't really want to get into, it's going to be really a powerful week on the 22nd, because on the 23rd, we have all of this energy going into Sagittarius. It's crazy, but I'll just speak about Venus and Mercury for today because it's part of this week. So before I get into all of it, I want to talk about a little bit about Sagittarius and what the sign stands for. So Sagittarius is a sign that's very spiritual. It's ruled by Jupiter, and it wants us to sort of like find our own philosophy in life, fall in love with something or someone. Sometimes it's not necessarily someone, sometimes it's something. Like, I definitely fell in love with spirituality when I got into my spiritual journey. It was something that, if without it, I don't even want to be here, but some people can fall in love with boating or whatever it may be for them, right? It's like falling in love, finding your true love. Again, it doesn't have to be a person. It has to do with being inspired, being uplifted. So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter has been in retrograde in the sign of Pisces since July. It's going to go direct on the 23rd. But Pisces is ruled by Neptune. So now these two planets are really giant planets, Jupiter and Neptune, and both resemble and are represent our spiritual self. The two of them together are bringing us a message where you can find it as a warning or a vision, and I'll explain. So with everything that's going on in the world, these planets are asking us to go within, to connect to our higher self, to connect to source. It has to also do, Sag also has to do with our, moral ethics, our code of ethics. If we're away from source, what does that say about our moral ethics? You know what I mean? Like, the further away we are from our higher self and from God, we tend to do the wrong thing and behave the wrong way. Now, the closer we are, we tend to be more loving and compassionate, which is that Venus energy that is we're talking about, right? The Mercury energy is talking about our intellect, our source of information that we gather. Again, the further away from who we truly are, the information that's coming in, we're not going to sort of like, when you get information, it's so like you have to sort of like feel it and see if it resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, you leave it. But if you're not connected to your source, you're just going to take information from wherever and, take it in as if it's the truth, right?
Yeah.
The more connected we are, the more we can discern, this doesn't, resonate with me, and leave it there, because we're just going to become, and I've said this before, filled with information and then like almost overfed with information, but feel undernourished, because a lot of the information is garbage, right? It is when we connect to source that we can then discern, this resonates, this doesn't. And then we just keep what's for us, in a sense. The more away from source we are, the more sort of like we lose ourselves. We lose ourselves. So these two planets are trying to get us into going within and connecting to the source, so that we can be guided by our higher self, our guides, our, God, whoever, some people call it different. I call it God. So that's really what the signs are telling us to do in the planets. And finding, again, our moral compass, our philosophy in life. Life without meaning, is it a really life well lived? I don't think so. We have to find meaning and purpose for ourselves and in our lives. And that's what these energies are telling us to do. The more we find purpose, the more we can help others find their purpose. So it's like we got to be it first, right? Before we can teach it, or before we can preach it. And so it's going to go direct on the 23rd, Jupiter. And so what did we get from these, since July, it's been in retrograde. What did we get? How closer are we to our higher self? Are we further away from our higher selves? And then just believing and trusting other people's truths, which may not be ours. Everybody has their own journey, their own path. And so, again, the planets are showing us, to find ourselves and do what's right for us, not necessarily find somebody else's truth or believe in somebody else's, agenda, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Do you guys want to add anything to that before I move to the number? Because the number is also very amazing too.
No, I'm listening. Yeah.
Yep. Today
All right,
I'm
so
listening.
the number 5, the number 5 is so funny. It's ruled by Mercury, and it's also co-ruled by Uranus. So Mercury, again, is the planet of the intellect, is the planet of us getting information, getting downloads of information. People can channel because of Mercury, getting the downloads. Mercury is a messenger of God in mystical, he's a messenger. We get our messages through that energy of Mercury. Uranus wants us to be free. It doesn't want us to have restraints. It doesn't want us to have, it doesn't want to fence us in. It doesn't want us to be fenced in. So through doing our own research, we can find the information that we need in order to free ourselves from restraints. As you know, Saturn has been restraining us since 2020. It's been really bringing us into a place of restriction in every area, in every aspect. Uranus and Saturn are fighting that. Are we going to stay restricted, or are we going to free ourselves, right? Uranus also wants us to celebrate life, right? It wants us to be free to celebrate who we are, to celebrate our lives. And if we bring meaning to our lives, and we're talking about celebrating, right? If we bring meaning to our lives, we will celebrate our lives. And it wants us to celebrate in whatever, however, whenever, wherever, and however means we have to do that. If we're restricted, how can we celebrate? We're really restricted. So this is happening personally and also on the whole globe. All of these restrictions because of COVID and everything else. Yes, I understand, but I don't know who said this saying, and I don't know if it was Reagan. Maybe it was Reagan. You can never give up freedom for safety, because you end up losing both.
Oh, that was Benjamin Franklin, actually.
Benjamin Franklin. Okay,
Yes.
I wouldn't remember
those who would give up their freedoms for security deserve neither.
Yeah.
That's what Franklin said.
Well, it's similar, right? It's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, maybe Reagan paraphrased him.
Yeah, I think Reagan did say that. I think so. So anyway, so that's really what it is. Yes, we have to be responsible and we have to be cautious, but at the same time, I think it went too far. I was watching these little video clips on TikTok with these elderly people that were in like the homes, you know, the nursing homes. And there was this lady, Rose, and it broke my heart. Like I cried watching this little video. This lady, Rose, was 96 years old, and her husband and her were married for 76 years. And in the nursing home, he went to visit her, but they had them 6 feet apart. And all Rose wanted was to hug him, to touch him, and he couldn't. She was in the nursing home. He wasn't. He just went to visit. And she cried and pleaded and begged. And there was a nurse and like a security there, and they wouldn't let her because this was like during the COVID, like during the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. And she couldn't, and he couldn't, you know, come close to her. And she actually passed away, and she couldn't come close to her husband or hug him or touch him. And it was devastating. It was really devastating what happened to her. And I'm sure that so many other people went through that, right? So I just don't understand, you know, where the balance is in everything that happened, you know? And there has to be a balance, I say, you know, where does humanity come in? Where does humane, you know, come in? Where does the love, the compassion, if you will, with that Venus energy come in? And so we're going to have to look at that, I feel, in the months or years to come, and look back and see where, you know, where we went wrong, so to speak. Yeah.
And I agree with you. Everything, maybe because I'm a Libra, but everything has to find its balance, right? But sometimes it's difficult to remember that balance isn't necessarily equality, right? Yeah. Like, you know, being kept away from somebody is not necessarily balanced by being there constantly right up each other's butts, you know? It's not the same. Sometimes, you know, that balance comes in with like the freedom to connect more, like Krista going to the King's Ball type of thing, or I was watching, forgive me, I am a royal addict. I'm rewatching last season of The Crown, and during last season it showed a scene of Princess Diana hugging that little boy with AIDS, right? So right there is a beautiful balance.
Oh my gosh, yes.
A woman who has loved her husband for 76 years and can't hug him before she dies. To, you know what I'm saying? It's sometimes we won't ever see that balance, but you got to know that the world is balancing itself at all times, right? Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes it's just something for us to consider for ourselves. Where is it that people need touch and affection from me that I'm withholding it?
Yeah.
You know? And how is that impacting their life, or at the quality of their life, the experience of their life? Yeah. And then doing whatever it is that we can do in that moment to put that balance back in place.
And that's what I was talking about with the whole spirituality and getting in touch with our spiritual selves, which that spiritual self is more compassionate, more loving, kinder than, you know, if we're in fear, we're not in love, right?
Right.
Fear is quite the opposite of love. And I know that we were all in fear, you know, at the beginning of this whole thing. But where do we find that balance to let a 96-year-old woman that has been married for 76 years to her husband even touch him? You know what I mean? She was gonna die, and so she died without that. And so, you know, for me, it's like I just found it inhumane and for me personally. And, you know, I don't know how other people may see that, but for me, that's how I saw it, and I just didn't think it was right at all.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you about the fact that it's abhorrent, even more so considering my opinions about the pandemic and stuff. I mean, the woman's 96 years old. If she gets COVID and dies, is she going to die any sooner than she was going to die anyway?
Exactly. And he's probably going to die without her anyway. You know what I mean?
And I'm sure being withheld from touch from the person that she loves most on the planet didn't help extend her life at all.
No.
Whether pandemic or not.
Exactly.
You know? We are creatures that require touch in order to be happy and healthy.
And she was begging and pleading, and she couldn't understand. Like, they were trying to explain it to her, and she could, even her husband was saying, we're not allowed. And she couldn't understand that. You know, she just couldn't, she couldn't get it, you know?
Yeah.
Bad.
I'd have been losing my shit. I'll be honest with you. I'd have been losing my shit. If I worked there, I'd have been sneaking them into a broom closet.
I know.
5 minutes to hug each other, and then I gotta get, Yeah, I'm horrible with rules and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what happened off camera, so just keep that in mind too.
Yes.
The point is that on camera, she was.
I'm a very,
and they didn't allow it. You know, I don't know what happened, but yeah.
Yeah, I know, I get
it. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, no, it is. It's all that's sorry. I want to apologize to everybody about the phone calls.
Was it the king?
Away.
Asking what you're wearing?
It is. It's No, it was Genevieve, actually. It wasn't the king asking what I was wearing. Genevieve's sick again, and she's like trying to get her prescription, and so she needed information. And yes, and so she was like, "Mom, I need this information." And so there we go.
Well,
it's sorted.
You feel better, Jen?
It's all good now.
Awesome.
I know.
Alrighty.
Yes, she has tonsillitis.
I'm sorry, Miss Krista. Did I just commercial over what you were trying to say? I'm sorry.
She keeps getting like frozen.
It's okay. Jenna will be happy. It didn't get out. I do keep getting frozen. I'm gonna try to speak quickly. I think Kevin is streaming a important meeting as well, and I don't know if we both have too much bandwidth going at the moment.
Probably.
So he can't, as much as I'd like for him to be done, he can't. It's work related. So, and this is work related. So hopefully I'll just be able to do my bit.
Right.
So hey everyone.
Stop dancing, and of course
there we go. I buffered. Okay,
go ahead.
Okay,
no,
good. You can see
good.
Me. Awesome. The crystal of the week is Celestite, and I was actually really excited that this was the crystal of the week because it is a fantastic one for dreams. And I don't know you guys, I was really kind of hoping Damaris was going to go into this a little, maybe I've been dreaming a lot and like kind of really vivid dreams. And I was like, oh, there must be energy with that. There's something going on. And these.
It could be that Neptune Jupiter.
I bet it has more to do with it being about. Okay. That would be really cool. That could be. But for me, I thought that this was a really great one because not only does it help us really work with our dreams and to dream lucid dreams, the stone or the energy of the stone is really great for creative speech. And you remember how last week I was talking about we need to start speaking our truth and being more truth will reach us with that. In terms of, so let's face it, I say speak your truth. It doesn't mean to go up and say to the person, oh my God, that color looks horrific on you. Right? You don't want to speak your truth and be mean. You want to speak your, well, okay, maybe some people do, because that's their genuine truth. That's the way they, that's their mode of operation.
Simon Cowell has made lots of money that way.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I know
not all of us are Simon Cowell.
No.
Yeah. I'm like, not all of us are him. And, frankly, nor would I want to be Simon Cowell.
No.
Because he's very good doing his own job.
Yeah.
So the other aspect that I like is that not only is it about speech and creative expression, is it's a great stone that it really clears up our own thoughts so we can express it better. If that, works, how that works with creative expression, creative speech. Which then is why it makes sense that it works with dreaming, because when you go into dreaming, you don't want to, some people think that dreams are literal. And for some people, maybe it is a literal. But if you really think about any of the dreams that you've ever had, it's less about being literal and more about the message behind the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is that just me?
No,
I don't.
It's the vibe.
But
it's definitely the message that comes through, as opposed to
about helping. Yeah. And so it's really what I'm getting with working with the Celestite right now, is that it's don't take everything necessarily at face value. Pause a moment with all the energy that's been going on and all the energy that is going on. Take that moment and pause before you actually have a reaction. And ask yourself, is it something I need to look at literally or creatively? Is it something that I need to see the message that may not be being said? In terms of, hey, Gayle, how are you? Gayle says, oh, I'm great. However, her facial expression says, now this is not real, but her facial expression says, oh, my dog died. Someone stole my truck. And life is
a country song.
That's it, right? My life is a country song. And so we realize that is not the case. But if you can pause long enough to actually look at those cues that a person is projecting out, then you'll understand, oh wait, maybe I need to dive into this. Oh yeah, I'm great response. Yeah. Because frequently, how often do you, when someone says, I'm great,
whole message, right? The clarity of the whole message on many different levels, not just the words, but the body language, the facial expressions,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've done that with people. Oh, don't just do it with others, do it with yourself. Check in to that with you. Are you saying, oh yes, I'm fine, when you're not fine? And it's okay to say, you know what, I really appreciate you asking, but today's not a great day. You don't have to dive into, the diatribe of why it's not a great day. You can just say, yeah, thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. But yeah, today's not a great day for me. And then move on. Because by acknowledging that, by being honest with yourself, whatever it is that's making it not a great day, you've suddenly halted that energy.
Yeah.
And then some people
And
you ask
because
them, how
you
are you?
acknowledge.
They give you a whole list of things that sometimes you don't even want to hear.
Yep. And, and then there's some people. And then there are some people you don't even have to say anything to. They walk right up to you and tell you their whole list of whatever it is. Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Kevin. Kevin's standing behind us. I don't know if you can see the
Hi,
shadow in the
Hi,
back.
Kevin.
Well, here it is. The
Well,
shadow
usually-
is moving forward.
Yay! She's gonna freeze
Hello,
us
ladies.
now.
Oh, I'll
Hi,
go this
Kevin.
way. No way.
Hi. Good to see ya.
Yes, I'm going to freeze now. We can't be doing it at the same time.
Were you?
Yeah,
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Let me know how that goes.
yeah.
Yep.
It's like
Yeah.
frozen
Yeah.
It
again.
smells really good in here. I wish you guys could smell like Krista's
Oh
burning.
yeah.
What are you burning?
I'm burning sandalwood. Yeah.
Oh,
I burn
okay.
it every week.
You're also burning a candle, right?
Yes, I'm also burning a candle. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I have a bunch of things going on. So yes. So this week with the crystal celestite, think about your truth and think about the dreaming. This is the crystal.
Good for creative expression, speech, and clear thought.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and think about
Awesome.
how you want to express yourself. There you go.
Fabulous.
That's it.
Well-
So why don't you go on, Gayle?
Well, I just wanted to put in there that how we express ourselves got a huge step up this week because of the moon and woo. And the moon and woo is fully a function of the Patreon Coven of Joy, right? So if you'd like to be in as part of the Coven of Joy and get those level ups like Tracy got this week from her work with Joanne and her work with the moon and woo and looking at what was actually her truth in life and taking action accordingly, we invite you to come on over to our page on Patreon. And we've got 2 levels to offer you. The perks are just phenomenal. And the results apparently are even more phenomenal. So get you some. All right. Awesome. So for those of you who don't know what Celestite looks at, I kind of skipped over this. But isn't that beautiful? And a lot of those, a lot of Celestite that you'll find are in those, they're, what are they called? Geodes, right?
Yes.
They're like a cup inside.
Yes.
Right? So they're absolutely phenomenal and beautiful. I've got a couple of pieces myself. I can't believe I haven't really unpacked my crystals yet.
I'm gone. I'm buffered.
I'm pretty much otherwise all unpacked, but not all of my crystals yet because I want to get my pictures up on the wall so I can place things accordingly. So great job, you ladies, on this past week's Moon and Woo. Look at the results that you're producing out there. I am just so proud of you. And I'm sorry I couldn't be here myself. But,
we got to work.
Yeah, we had to do what we had to do. All right, so now we're going to talk this week. Now, I absolutely love, of course, how it always comes together, but this week even more so because there's a little bit of a dodge and a twist involved here, okay? So we heard Damaris talking about how Mercury is the messenger planet, right? Communication. When we dream, we get that communication comes through, right?
Yeah.
And our job is to go within and connect with source, right? And source, although there is one source at the center for all of us, right?
Yeah.
What our truth is in alignment with that source is entirely 100% wholly individualized to us and our life path and what we are created for and what we are brought here to do and to be and to love. Okay.
That's right.
So when we go in within and we connect with that source, those messages that we get through that are purposely for us, right? They help us define our purpose. They help us find our purpose. Here's the other thing that's really, really cool about this. If you look in the Bible, angels are messengers of God.
That's right.
Right? So all of this kind of ties in together in that the communication, the messengers, receiving the messages from our source, from God. All right. And it also says in the Bible, what is that sound?
I think it's Krista typing.
I think it is. Okay. But it also says in the Bible that we have like a legion of angels that can do our bidding. Now, this was very interesting to me because growing up in the family that I grew up in, we all, had Methodist church when we were very young. And then as adults, we've kind of all gone our own separate ways. And four of the five of us went very devotedly into our various flavors of religion, if you will. All Christian based, but different denominations and different levels of intensity of devotion, right? And so I look at my sister and my two brothers that went into religion like me. And because they're older than me, my listening for them is they always know more than me. Okay. They always know more than me. So I've really kept my spirituality stuff on the down low, with all of them, because I don't want to be challenged on it.
Yes,
It's not the same system that they have their heart in. And, I don't want to lose them. Like Christ said, you'll be asked to let go of your family for your beliefs.
Yes.
And I don't want to do that. So at any rate, a couple weeks ago, my sister looks at me and she says, did you know that it said in the Bible that we've got like legions of angels that we can send and go make them do our stuff? Go do things for us? And I'm like, yeah. Been doing that with job interviews for the last 30 years or so. I'll set up a job interview and I'll send my angels to go in and soften their hearts and open their ears beforehand. And when I come out of the job interview, if it's something that I would like to do or somewhere that I'd like to be, I tell God, all right, if this is where you want me, I'm in. And boom, I get the job every freaking time. Okay. So it was beyond belief to me that I had been working something for so long that my older sister did not realize was available. Right?
Wow.
So here's the thing. Not only can we receive the messages from source and facilitate that even more so with the Celestite, right? To get clear about what those messages are meant to be specifically for us.
Yes.
As individuals, as a singular person, right?
Yes.
But we can also use both the energy of the Mercury as well as the energy and vibration of the Celestite to send our angels forth to open hearts and minds to what needs to be done to restore this balance that we need on this planet.
That is so beautiful, Gayle. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. So, that is your assignment, if you will, this week, is to receive the messages that are meant for you.
Yes.
Without judgment that they are not the messages that other people might be receiving. Okay? This is your message to your heart for your beingness. And then I want you to sit with that for a little while and choose for yourself what you can employ your angels to go forth into the world and shift other people's hearts and minds so that this planet actually becomes what has been promised to us.
Yes.
A reign of peace that will last 1,000 years or more.
Or more.
You know what I'm saying?
Or more. I want to add something, Gayle.
Okay, go ahead.
when you're talking about Mercury in the mind, again, and talking about the Sagittarius and the Jupiter energy and the Pisces energy, if we don't go within, we will allow someone else to control our mind.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really why we need to go within, so we have control of our own mind, and that we get the messages that are meant for us and not get them from an outside source.
Right.
And so it's really important for us to meditate, to pray, to go within and to connect. Really important.
I can't accentuate that enough. I agree 100%, Damaris, because we have to stay cognizant of the fact that right now the mainstream world
Yes.
is giving us tailor-made reality. Okay. So Facebook's algorithms is only designed to show you what it thinks you want more of the same, right? Has nothing to do with whether it's actually accurate. It has to do with whether you liked it in the past. So sarcasm, it doesn't understand sarcasm.
Yes.
What, Krista?
Nope. I was going to say, so really confuse the Facebook algorithm, since I can actually get a word in right now. Confuse the Facebook algorithm and look up all kinds of stuff. It has nothing to do with what Gayle's been talking about. It's been literally buffer, a syllable, buffer, half a syllable, buffer, 3 words.
You're absolutely right, Gayle, though. You're absolutely 100% correct.
Yeah. Krista, you're going to have to go back and watch this.
I will. I'll go back and watch it. It's funny. But no, you are right, though. My algorithms for everything are so confused because I look up so many different things. And so it's like, oh yeah, go ahead. See if you can peg me. Go for it. Double dog, triple dare you.
Oh my gosh. And it really is funny what will show up, you know, in your algorithms as you're doing stuff like that. And it really annoys me when I'm talking with somebody about something else that they're interested in life, and my phone starts picking up on it and starts showing me stuff.
Isn't it crazy? It's unbelievable.
It is. So keep that in mind. Just keep that in your awareness that what is being shown to you on social media, especially if you have a smart TV as well, it is made to take in information from the environment and reflect that back out in basically, how do I want to put it? You're right. You know, because that's what human beings like to hear to keep us happy.
Yes.
But that's not always the truth. And that's not always your truth. And that's not always what you need to hear in order to do and be what you came here to do. The only way you can find that is the direct stream from source found within your heart.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
right.
Yep.
So everything else, it's meant for the mind level of entertainment only. This is not reality. Reality is within.
So funny because TV shows are called programs, right? It's a programming.
Yes. Exactly. All righty. So that's your assignment for this week, if you will. Please listen to the messages, whether you're getting them through dreams, whether you're getting them through hunches, right?
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt if you're getting them from TV or social media, because they have a vested interest in having you be a certain way that has nothing to do with who you are.
Exactly.
Right? And then figure out what it is that needs to be done and set your angels forth to go do the things at distance that you can't necessarily do yourself. But and I promise you, I've done this so many times and seen it work every single time that I remember to do that, to go open hearts, open ears, open minds, and get done what it is that is your highest and best. All right.
Awesome.
That's right.
Awesome.
All right. Now today's card of the day is the Queen of Pentacles. right? I love the Queen of Pentacles. She is one badass bitch, I'm telling you. She is. She has got it all handled. She's nurturing. She's loving. She's the abuela that you walk in and there's cinnamon rolls in the freaking oven and chocolate chip cookies and, you know, every good thing that you could possibly want. She's got it waiting for you.
Yeah.
And you can step into that energy yourself, knowing that you arise and give forth every bit of love, nurturing, prosperity, fullness of life, right? I was watching this video, just yesterday, about the study that they did on manifestation. And they said when there was one person trying to manifest, they'd get a little bit, right? When there were two people trying to manifest, it would be better, but it was even better if it was a male and a female. Right. Mm-hmm. And males manifest differently than females manifest.
Yes.
Right. And up at the top of the pyramid, if you will, is when they are lovingly bonded. Okay. And a man does his intent. Right. And the woman gives her energy to it as well. And that's how you see the holdings of married couples grow exponentially. When they are both dedicated to the same intention and both lending their own energy to it, how it expands. You know, there's that old saying about, you know, if a woman, if you give her a house, she'll give you back a home. If you give her a seed, she'll give you back a child. If you know, whatever it is, whatever you give her, she will multiply it. So don't give her any shit. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so multiply that too. Yeah,
that's right. She gave you hell. So, but that's I mean, they've actually proved this now with an amazing study that when a woman will multiply the energy to a man's intent. Okay, so that's the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, right? Whatever, you know, like the King of Pentacles, that's all about money, finances, wealth,
status, reputation.
Yep. And the everyday that it takes to bring home the bacon, if you will. Mm-hmm. But the Queen of Pentacles takes that money and she buys the food that becomes the seeds that becomes the garden. That's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's just so much more expansion in that. In the Queen of Pentacles, like they say, kings rule, queens reign.
That's right.
Reign is of plenty, of spiritual nature throughout the land, right? So stay inside that Queen of Pentacles energy today. And while you're at it, say congratulations to our winner this week. Woohoo! Jessie Dolan.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Just reach out to Damaris or Krista or myself for your prize. For those of you who don't know, which Jessie may be one of them, I haven't seen her around too much. But if all you got to do is reach out to one of us in Facebook Messenger, say, I choose you, and set me on your schedule. So if you choose me, I will give an intuitive tarot reading. If you choose Miss Krista, she gives a crystal reading. And if you choose Miss Damaris Samolinski, then you get a numerology reading. So feel free to do that at your earliest convenience, my friend. And I can't wait to see who you get to pick. And for those of you who have not won this week, you know, we will do any of those readings for you for a small fee as well. So if you're interested in getting a reading from any one of us, all you got to do is slip into our messenger and let us know, hey, can I get on your schedule? And we'll get you on the schedule right away. All right. All righty. So once again, thank you to you in our audience. Thank you so much for watching the show this week. Thank you so very much for being part of this ongoingly, week after week, for over 2 years now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And we absolutely adore you. Thank you so much for being part of our Coven of Joy. Take care. Bye.